If you hold Ripple's XRP, you have a massive opportunity, the type of opportunity that we may never see again in our entire lifetime. See, the crypto industry right now has been absolutely exploding over the past decade, and it's just getting started. Imagine what the stock market was like during the early 1900s, right before the 1929 crash, and then after that, what took place. So even though the economic climate right now is looking a little bleak with what the Federal Reserve is doing, what I'm going to share with you in this video will make you more bullish than ever before for the macro market outlook for the crypto industry, not only over the next year, but over the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I get it that time is of the essence and you want to become a millionaire fast. And although we make no guarantees on our channel, I have some powerful information to share with you that is going to paint the picture for what is coming next. Because if you look at the crypto market right now, with Bitcoin sitting at just shy of $58,000, XRP sitting at 43 cents, and the rest of the market trying to make a recovery over the past week with this massive sell-off that has taken place. In this video, we're going to break down what to expect going into election this year, what will happen between October through November, and how you can front run this to make the most amount of money possible, unveiling the hidden connections between XRP and the Japanese currency, and what Satoshi Nakamoto knew about Ripple that virtually nobody sees right now, that is going to completely change the game for central banks, regional banks, and commercial banks all around the world. What Larry Fink has to say about a potential XRP ETF, Visa's recent report that they just published about tokenized deposits with a major bank that is working with Ripple, some technical analysis in terms of Bitcoin's dominance, what that means for the XRP to the US dollar price chart and when we're expecting a breakout, how you can prepare yourself over the next few months, and also a project that you want to keep on your watch list that is outperforming the rest of the market right now. So if you guys are feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. If you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, you know what to do. Confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. Hey bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So before we dive into this video, I want you to note that all of the opinions expressed in this video are purely for informational, educational purposes only, and they do not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. All investments in the crypto market carries massive risks and potential losses, so you should always do your own research, consult with a licensed financial advisor. We're not licensed financial advisors, and relying on our content for decisions is purely at your own risk. And by watching, you agree that we're not responsible for any losses or damages, and we don't guarantee any specific results or outcomes. And as you know, some of the links in the description below this video, they may be affiliate links and we may earn a commission, which also helps support value-based videos like this. So we appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. And we also hold positions in some of the cryptocurrencies discussed in our videos because we only talk about what we believe in. However, this should not be interpreted as a recommendation for you to do the same. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So the first thing that we need to talk about is how do you capitalize on the crypto market during the early stages of this bull run before we reach the euphoria stage. Because right now with Bitcoin sitting at 57,900, XRP sitting at 43 cents, a lot of people have asked us, how do they accumulate more XRP? How do they get more XRP? What do they need to do? And there's really, two major ways to do that. Number one is obviously just figure out ways to make more money at, your career, your business, your job, some side hustles, something that you can do to accumulate more income on the front end, passive income to just put a portion of that into crypto. Number two is play the game smart, where you can get gains in other projects through a diversification strategy that will allow you to rotate, right? So one project that's outperforming the market right now is Landrocker. Now I do hold a position in this project. Obviously that doesn't mean you guys should, but the reason why is for various reasons. Obviously it's in the play to earn gaming space. It's on Polygon's network, and the market cap's at $3.7 million, which is nothing. The past 7 days, it's up 41%, outperforming the rest of the market. They just recently announced with Bing X that they're doing a trade to earn event where it goes from July 9th through July 16th. So it just started today. This is time sensitive right now, and you can achieve a minimum LRT spot trading volume of only 100 USDT. The rewards is going to be 4.2 million LRT to be shared amongst eligible participants. And so you guys can register now right here on Twitter. You just go to their Twitter, landrocker_IO, click this link right here. And I think it's really cool with this project on how much they're doing in terms of development, announcements for the token constantly on their Twitter page, and how much they're focusing on being featured in different media publications like Binance, Bazinga, Crypto Daily, Crypto Slate, U.Today, Decrypt, CoinPaper, Crypto Times, Finbold, MPost, Blockchain Reporter. And so
they have a massive marketing push right now. And so that's why we decided to partner with them in past videos. And that's why I believe this project will do well. So when I look at it right here on the chart, there's no guarantees, obviously, but it broke from this descending resistance right here. It held this strong support. We saw this breakout right here and a back test of this zone, and it's currently breaking out right now. Now, what's happening here based on total 2, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, to be able to capitalize on the crypto market, finding mid to low cap projects that are in strong and hot narratives. The play to earn gaming narrative, guys, when investors start pouring back into the industry, into the altcoin market, they're going to be looking for mid to low cap play to earn gaming projects. And so Landrocker fits that narrative. It fits that mold. And the total 2, if it can trade within this bullish channel right here and hold this support, above $850-ish billion, and it just trades within here with the ejection of liquidity that's going to be coming towards the end of this year. And if we see a continuation to the upside and just at least no implosion with the economy with Jerome Powell, we'll more than likely see a retest of the all-time high for total 2. Now, that would mean $1.7 trillion. Right now, we're at $936 billion. So what's that going to look like when, $800 billion flows into the altcoin industry? Billions of dollars are going to be flowing into a lot of different projects, guys. And so LRT is only at $3 million market cap. That tells you something. Now, also, when we look at Bitcoin leading into election, right around November, what's going to be happening is going to be absolutely insane with the Wyckoff schematic that you can see right here. So if it plays out this way, Bitcoin's looking to hit $120,000. Now, my price target on Bitcoin at the peak at the end of the bull run in 2025 was $190,000. And I explained my logic based on Fibonacci retracements, based on past bull run cycles. And you guys have seen that in the past videos. But around election time, Donald Trump, you've seen in previous videos that I made where he's talked about how he's going to support crypto. Now, whether he's just saying that to get votes or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that he's saying that. And so people would be purchasing crypto in anticipation of him doing that if he gets elected around election time and being favorable for Bitcoin. And that's just going to cause a buy the rumor event. So leading up to election, I believe lots of people are going to be buying the rumor. Now, also, what would cause an injection of liquidity in the market is this FTX accreditation for creditors. They're going to be receiving $14 billion to $16 billion in cash in October through November. And we'll more than likely buy back into the crypto market with a large chunk of that because these were crypto bros, right? So right around election, the debates are going to be happening. Donald Trump is going to be trying to get more votes from crypto people. FTX creditors are going to be receiving billions of dollars. And so that's going to lead to total 2 going to the upside, in my opinion. So I don't think the bull run's over yet. It's just getting started. Very similar to what happened all the way back in 2020 around these phases right around here on the right-hand side of the screen, right here and right here, where we saw these 20 to 30% pullbacks before we passed the all-time high. Then once we passed the all-time high for the altcoin market cap, we absolutely exploded. And then we didn't really see a real true pullback until we were at $1.5 trillion. And then we came back and did a 59% correction, then the final B wave. And so once we break, the all-time high of 1.7 trillion, the altcoin market could fly really quick to $2 to $3 trillion. And Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, was predicting the total crypto market cap to run to $5 trillion before the end of the year. We're currently at $2 trillion. That's another $3 trillion to come in. Now, a large chunk of that would go into Bitcoin, obviously. If Bitcoin 2x's from here, that'd be like $103,000. It would finally crack the 100K mark that people have been predicting since 2017. That would bring in an extra $1 trillion into Bitcoin, but that leaves another $2 trillion to flow into altcoins. And so I believe XRP would absorb a large chunk of that, of course, a lot of the large caps, and then that will rotate into a lot of lower market cap projects further down the list. Now, here's another thing to note as well, too. This is the major effect that people are waiting to take place called the ripple effect. Ito Farina has been posting some awesome stuff on Twitter, but the Great Wave will feature on a Japanese banknote for the first time in history on the new $1,000 yen bill. And so this is iconic artwork sharing a resemblance with a well-known book by Satoshi Nakamoto. It's called Wave and Ripple Design Book. And so it's a notorious book that a lot of people have posted out there on social media hinting towards what's called a ripple effect. Now, the ripple effect is essentially, overtaking central banks Is this a coincidence with Ripple and XRP? Ripple was founded long before Bitcoin. In fact, Ripple communications can be traced back to 1992 before Bitcoin came out. Satoshi also mentioned Ripple's technology in one of his emails, saying Ripple is interesting in that it is the only other system that does something with trust besides concentrate it into a central server. With Ripple's technology being acknowledged by Satoshi himself or the group or whoever Satoshi is, and the company's early establishment, it becomes even more pertinent to consider the prediction by SBI CEO that every bank in Japan will use XRP by 2025. Now, David Schwartz said that all the elements are now taken. Google has Earth, Amazon has air, Apple has air, Amazon has fire, Ripple has water. I thought this was pretty cool because water is liquidity for global cross-border liquidity. Now, another reason why I believe that we're going up for the rest of the market, and I'll get into some XRP analysis here in a little bit for you guys, but is because of these institutions like BlackRock. Larry Fink has now become the biggest crypto bro of all when he was hating on crypto a while back. And in terms of the XRP ETF, here's what he had to say about that.
Advent of Bitcoin ETFs is an example that we're legitimizing it. We're creating more safety.
Well, let me ask you this. Will you do another ETF? How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right. They're giving me the rap. Thank you.
Now, I played this clip several times, and I'm going to keep replaying it in the future again because you're missing something super important there. He can't. It's not that he won't, he literally can't because he's on an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement that legally says that he can't talk about it because of what they're planning right now. So they have over 1,700 NDAs with all these massive whales of these massive companies where they can't talk about what they're talking about in closed door meetings. Listen to this.
SWIFT is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., nostra reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where SWIFT would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something, the payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles, which allow instant, real-time movement of the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived? It's 3 days later. I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. There's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace SWIFT. Ripple is one of the complementary networks, which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that SWIFT are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as well. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the SWIFT network as a currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
So Ripple is not designed to replace SWIFT, but to complement, and Ripple's XRP moving across the network for FX payments. Now look at this. The turnover in global foreign exchange markets reached $7.5 trillion per day in April back in 2022, a volume that is 30 times greater than daily global GDP. And so this is absolutely insane because when you look at the market cap of even just Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP at like 30 billion, we're talking about 7.5 trillion per day in transfers. So people are going to be very, very shocked what's going to happen virtually overnight for XRP when these non-disclosure agreements become public, when the lawsuit is over, and they're planning for it. They understand this. They know this. And if you guys have been watching these videos, it's obvious, right? Visa just published a report about tokenized deposits with HSBC in 2 use cases. One of them is for settling Visa card payments. Now, Ripple is working with HSBC, and there are rumors that payment giant Visa is also secretly working with Ripple. Now, obviously, these are rumors right here, and I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but we can connect the dots for you guys here as this is all planned. Because look at what Bitstamp just posted right here saying, I took a picture of the moon last night. XRP, put an X right here. And then if we go to find these reports, Robinhood acquired Bitstamp. And as the world's longest running cryptocurrency exchange, Bitstamp is known as one of the most trusted and transparent crypto platforms worldwide. Now, when every bank in Japan uses XRP by 2025, according to the SBI CEO, look at what's happening over in China. Xingji Bank, and probably butchered that, but this bank just went under. China's banking sector is facing a legal crisis right now. In just 1 week, 40 banks disappeared, absorbed into larger institutions. And China's smaller banks are struggling with bad loans and exposure to the ongoing property crisis. So the scope of the problem is massive. 3,800 troubled institutions exist. They have 55 trillion yuan, which is 7.5 trillion US dollars worth in assets, 13% of the total banking system, and have been long mismanaged, accruing vast amounts of bad loans. Many have lent to real estate developers and local governments, gaining exposure to China's property crisis. And in recent years, some have revealed that 40% of their books are made up of non-performing loans. This is ludicrous, guys. This cannot go on for much longer. And the Bank of Zhuizheng, a mid-tier lender, recently revealed that its profits might fall by 30% due to poorly performing loans. So the reason why this is important and what's coming next is this Regulatory Vanish Act will probably pick up pace, where the S&P Global, a rating agency, reckons it will take a decade to complete the project, while fewer bigger banks are easy to regulate. Combining dozens of bad banks only creates bigger, badder banks. So the fact remains that the Chinese economy is an extended and pretended state. Years of credit-fueled growth has finally run its course, and the result will be lower growth for China and a negative impact on the global economy. Slower growth of the Chinese economy will in turn exacerbate their banking problems too. So this will very likely end in a massive liquidity injections, stimulation of the economy, and investors flocking to high quality assets like precious metals, gold, silver. And as you guys saw, when fears of bank runs climb in the United States, they flock to Bitcoin. That's what caused Bitcoin to surge above $30,000. And this is not only happening in China, it's happening all over the world. Crises will happen one after the other. This is why more and more individuals and central banks are trying to hold more hard assets. This is why institutions like BlackRock are getting into crypto right now. Fidelity, ARK, 21 Shares, you got Bitwise, you got Bitstamp, you got massive exchanges out there, guys, telling you what's happening right in front of your face. And if you can't see it, then you are going to miss the biggest opportunity of your life. And it's only going to get worse for those that are holding fiat currencies and bank accounts. China is scooping up more precious metals than ever before, along with other countries. They're backing up the truck for gold at their central banks. And right now, the crypto market is in fear levels that were last seen on December 14th of 2022, when Bitcoin was around $17,800. So despite negative news like Mt. Gox repayment, Germany selling Bitcoin, and miners capitulating, Bitcoin is still above $57,000. So is the summer bottom in, or will we keep sliding? One thing that we can look at right now is this right here, and this is Bitcoin's market cap dominance and what we're seeing on the chart right now. So Bitcoin's market cap dominance is simply just how much Bitcoin holds of the total market cap of the industry. So right now it's at 54.92%. So with the industry at 2.12 trillion, Bitcoin holds 52 or 53% of that at $1.1 trillion. So when will this change, and what does this mean for altcoins like XRP or LRT or XLM or HBAR or Chainlink or Solana or Ethereum or any altcoin in the space? Well, we're seeing higher highs right now in terms of the dominance price chart, whereas on the indicator, the relative strength index, we're seeing lower highs being formed right now, where the indicator is in a downtrend from 77. So we see this descending resistance, this ascending resistance right here. And what this is very simple. This is a strong bearish divergence, where the price chart, which in this case is Bitcoin's dominance, makes a higher high, whereas the indicator makes a lower high. So class A, strong bearish divergence. Now, bearish divergences signify potential downtrends when prices rally to a new high, while the oscillator refuses to reach a new peak. So in this situation, bulls are losing their grip on the market or on the price chart, right? So bulls in Bitcoin's dominance are losing their grip right now. Prices are rising only as a result of inertia, and the bears are ready to take control again. So what this means is eventually this will break, meaning this bullish channel right here, this ascending support will fail. When that happens, whether it happens now or Bitcoin makes another push up closer to election towards $80, $90, $100,000 and it makes another final peak, then we see this break, or we see it break sooner for Bitcoin's dominance. When this breaks, I believe that would lead to Bitcoin's dominance dropping to the downside and falling below 50%. And ultimately, then the RSI will match up with Bitcoin's dominance dropping, where the RSI would start making lower highs, and then Bitcoin's dominance would start making lower highs and be in a downtrend eventually. And then when that takes place, what we're going to be looking for here on the price chart for altcoins is for that to rotate into a lot of altcoins. Now, let's look at the last time, because we just have to look at history rather than opinions here. Because I can share a lot of my opinions based on fundamental analysis, but what happened the last time Bitcoin's dominance dropped? When it was at 72% and it dropped all the way down to 39%. What happened to the altcoin market? Specifically, what happened to XRP? Well, right here, when Bitcoin's dominance was peaking at 73%, XRP was at 16, 17, 18 cents right down here. After Bitcoin topped down, it rolled around on the right-hand side of the screen with this yellow vertical dashed line that you can see right here. XRP rallied over 1,000% while Ripple was still going through the lawsuit with the SEC. It performed a 10x, guys. And so when Bitcoin's dominance tops out, based on the chart, that's just the best possible time in the past that smart investors accumulated XRP. And again, I'm not going to tell you when to accumulate. I'm just going to tell you what to look for, and then it's up to you on what you choose to do. So right now, if Bitcoin's dominance peaked in April, I mean, maybe that's the top. I don't know. Maybe it goes higher in the short term. I think it still has a little higher to go. Then I believe that's when XRP will be bottoming out. Now, coincidentally enough, if we look at XRP on the left-hand side of the screen, it's in this downtrend right now. We see this descending resistance since September of 2021, where we can see, one point of contact right here. We see another point of contact right here when the judge decided that and declared that XRP was not a security on the secondary market. XRP rallied from 44 cents upwards of 90 plus cents, another point of contact right here. And so if we just see XRP continuously bleed out, which I believe would happen as Bitcoin pushes upwards of 70, 80K, passes the all-time high, goes back into price discovery, in my opinion, I believe Bitcoin has a little further to go in terms of dominance before we see this roll around. So this opportunity right now, guys, we're almost at the precipice. We're almost at the peak for the final blow off top in Bitcoin's dominance. And I believe that would lead to a shakeout event for XRP within this range before we see a top out event. And then we see XRP start to go. Because as the CEO of SBI Bank said, every bank in Japan will use XRP by when? 2025. We're in July of 2024. So we have July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months before we even get to the first month of 2025. So the way I'm treating this right now is if XRP goes further to the downside, and if we see a shakeout within this zone of support right here, which is back to backtest where it was between June and basically March of 2023, all through this phase right here, if it backtests this zone before breaking out from this descending resistance, I'm going to be rotating as much as possible into XRP, because right now the RSI is at 36 and Bitcoin's dominance is at 55 on the RSI, forming lower highs right here. So as before Bitcoin's dominance tops out and XRP's price continues to drop and trade to the downside, eventually there would be a reversal on the relative strength index for XRP. Simultaneously, this would lead to a reversal, most likely on the price chart as well too. Now, if you guys want to know what that means for the price of XRP for this entire bull run, then you want to watch this video that I did about 3 months ago. It's got about 27,000 views on it. I'll leave the link in the description below. Talking about will Ripple hit $500? Absolutely mind-blowing information that most people aren't seeing on the charts right now. So go check that in the description below if you want to see a realistic Ripple XRP price prediction before 2025.
So if you're ready to become the first millionaire in your family tree with crypto, and you want to get early access to our underground guidebook to become a crypto millionaire when it's released, then all you need to do right now is go to bullrunners.com and you're going to get exclusive early access to alerts on explosive altcoins with timely notifications about high potential projects before they hit the mainstream market. You're also going to get access to daily market analysis videos where you can watch daily videos like this to stay up to date on the latest trends and updates in the cryptocurrency market. And you're also going to receive pro trading strategies and tools for you to access proven trading tips and institutional grade indicators to refine your trading strategy. So don't miss out on the launch of our new underground guidebook called Altcoin Secrets that's going to help you discover the next 100x altcoin. All you need to do to get early access is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address, and you'll be instantly subscribed for the early bird list when it's released. We know you're going to love it.